Firstly, I would like to start with a quick disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. This is just strictly my opinion and my thoughts. I am not giving anyone advice, nor am I giving anyone any legal advice. Hey guys, my name's AverageJay, and I'm here to talk to you about my new channel and potentially what I hope can help other people. First off, I'd just like to say that my goal for this channel is to help other people. I hope that I can learn, but also other people can learn. I want to talk about just average, everyday things, just as an average person, and with my main goal being on financially responsibility. The main reason I'm making this is because I look around at everyone and just in general people in my life, and I feel like everyone is struggling, but also they're struggling because nobody was ever taught better. I know growing up, I was never taught financial literacy. Nobody ever taught me about how interest rate works or how credit cards work or, you know, just any of that stuff. It's just never taught that you should save, that you should save for retirement, that you should have an emergency fund. Nobody ever teaches us that stuff. And so I hope my goal, at least with this, is if I can help some people learn. And I think it should start off with the basics. You've got to change. Rule number one, you've got to change your mindset. You've got to go from how I was, where I would, get paid, and then I'd want to take that money, spend it, and buy like a new watch or shoes or clothes or whatever have you. Or at the time, it was also a lot of my paycheck went to a car payment that I didn't necessarily need. It was just a want. But again, I was young, and I hope from this channel, people can also learn from my mistakes. And part of that also, again, with the changing your mindset, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Um, but I would encourage everyone to, secondly, save an emergency fund, nest egg, whatever you want to call it. If you don't have a savings account, start one. And some people out there may say, I don't have the funds to set aside every month or every paycheck. Or some people may say, what's the point if I can only set aside $100 a month or $200? And I'll tell you what the point is, at least from what I've learned in my journey of this, is to gain financial freedom and independence. So when you talk about I can only set aside X amount of dollars and it just doesn't feel like very much, I would view every dollar you set aside as to save as buying your financial independence and freedom. And what I mean by that is that after you can set aside, say, 3 to 6 months worth of your main living expenses, as in, rent, utilities, phone bill, all the main things you need to survive for 3 to 6 months, it will be such a weight lifted off your chest. I know when I did, it was the biggest relief that I ever could have gotten. And for the people that say they don't have the funds, the means to be able to do that, and some people truly may not. I don't know everyone's situation, but some people truly may not have the means. But I would argue that most do. They just say they don't. And that may be a little harsh, but sometimes, like I said, during this, to change your mindset, to save, and to pay off debts and build yourself a savings and gain that financial independence, it's going to be hard. And you got to start with a budget. And it can be as simple as starting an Excel spreadsheet, or you can get a budgeting app. There are several free budgeting apps out there that will sync to your bank accounts, and they will show you where all your money goes. And I guarantee you, if you were to track every dollar you spent in the last month or 2 months, I guarantee you could find somewhere that you spend way too much on eating out or shopping or food or fun, entertainment, whatever it may have you. And I'm not saying to cut everything out. I'm not saying just go cold turkey, get rid of everything. You can't eat out. You got to eat beans and rice. You can't have fun. No going to the movies. No getting a Starbucks. Get rid of the avocado toast, right? The difficult things. But what I mean by it is just changing your mindset and change it a little bit. And if you can save $100 here or $200 here and there, it doesn't seem like much, but after say months and months, when you check it, before you know it, you'll be at $1,000. And thirdly, that's what I'd say is to set goals. You've got to set goals, and the main one being if you don't already have a savings account, when you start one, set your first goal out to save $1,000, and then go from there to 2,000 or 5,000, and then all the way up to that 3 to 6 months of living expenses that we talked about. And while we're on that topic, the other thing is too, one place where I saved a lot of money personally was on eating out. I was spending a ton of money on eating out, and when I switched to eating at home, not only did I feel better because honestly I was eating a lot of fatty foods and fried food, I felt better and I was saving money. And not only that, I got to cook and stay at home and I didn't have to go out and do all that stuff. Also, while we're on it too, another big place, I refuse to use DoorDash or Uber Eats. I know a lot of people love it and I know a lot of people got used to it with the pandemic, but it's just, it hurts me to look at the upcharge that they charge people just to deliver the food, and I think it's absolutely insane. So, just to recap, like I said, for the channel, my main goal is going to be to give people as much financial knowledge as possible, but also just on average everyday things. And my hope is to help people learn and grow about themselves, but also, like I said, if you don't have a savings, please go start one. And even if you can only put a little bit here and there, do it. Secondly, look at what you're spending, look at your budget, look at where every dollar is going, and see where you can maximize and where you can cut a little bit here and there and save yourself some money to buy that financial independence. Thirdly, set up some type of auto savings or auto transaction every time you get paid, whether that's every week, every other week, monthly, and just do an amount that's comfortable for you. You don't want to stress yourself out by setting the maximum amount every time, but if you're comfortable with it, do $200 every time you get paid, or 100, or even $50. Like I said, those small increments, those small amounts will make such a huge difference and really, really take a weight off your chest. I'm telling you, it will. And yeah, and I hope that I can help some people with this advice, and I hope to keep making videos, and we can go over more things in the future, like investing and retirement accounts and how credit cards work, and just the many things that I think are weighing us down, and the debts. And it's just, I think it's a time for people to pay off debts and to get right with their finances and just all have financial independence and freedom, that we can just not be so stressed about our finances. Thank you.